Every small town has a story, and we're here to shine a light on the people, places, and moments that make ours unforgettable. Welcome to the Small Town Bold Stories podcast. On today's episode of the podcast, we sat down with Grant Wiles of Greenwell Manufacturing here in Brandenburg. He explained how he came to be a part of the business, how it has grown, and how they are making products here in Meade County that are shipped worldwide. It's pretty interesting. I hope you enjoy this episode. Well, welcome to the podcast, Grant. Thanks for coming on. Why don't you introduce yourself and we'll kind of get into what Greenwell does. I don't think a lot of people probably realize it, but y'all do quite a bit of cool stuff here in town.
I'm Grant Wiles and own Greenwell Manufacturing here in Brandenburg. So been had it for about 3 years now. So
3 years, you all kind of got into the business. It was established, but you kind of purchased it. Tell us how that came to be and like what Greenwell is if somebody doesn't know.
So Greenwell's been around for about 26 years or so, but
Wow.
Pat Greenwell, he founded it back 26 years ago. And
2000-ish, I guess.
Yeah, and so he, my wife was actually working there in the office, and she kind of put a bug in his ear that we were interested because he was ready to retire, and we just kind
Here
of
we are,
went
3
from
years
there.
later.
So
Interesting. So what all does Greenwell do? I know they have one product that they're kind of known for, but there's a lot more than that people may not realize.
yeah, so we manufacture the Quick Hitch Pat Easy Change System.
Okay.
That's our main bread and butter. But we have a plasma table, various milling machines, powder coat. We can kind of do a little bit of everything. Yeah.
So obviously I'm like in the farming world, understand what the Quick Hitch is, but for people that don't understand what that is, what is it? What does it allow somebody to do? Why should they have one?
So basically it's a quick hitch that goes over the lift arm of your tractor, of your 3-point, and it converts it in from a ball type system to a hook style system. There are other platforms similar to it, but with this one, you're not limited to quick attach style implements. You're able to use older implements, newer implements, homemade.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, so you're not limited to that certain width of the hitch. So.
Okay. Because that 3-point's pretty common, but
Yeah.
you can do a lot more with this one.
Yeah.
And Pat created this, 30 years ago probably?
It was patented in 2006, so
Okay.
20 years ago.
So he came up with it, designed it, and it's been done here in Meade County the
Yeah.
entire time.
Yeah. So it's gone through various stages. It went from a hitch that he was working at Monument Chemical, and he would go home on lunch, set it up, run out a couple of hitches, come back home, run out a couple of hitches.
So he's working both places.
Yeah, working both places. And finally got it nailed down to where he didn't have to do it like that anymore. He was able to get more employees in. And 2012, we went from a welded style hitch to a casted style hitch. So we have the castings done in Mankato, Minnesota, and then we have them shipped down, and that's where we assemble them here in Brandenburg.
Gotcha. So it's probably a stronger product, I would think, since it's not welded together.
Yeah,
If
there's
it's
less problem like spots on there. So.
That makes sense. So how did you kind of get into it? I know you alluded to it. Your wife was working there, but like how did that come to be? That seems kind of like a funny, interesting story.
So I have no background in metalworking, no background in running a business or anything like that. So kind of went in a little blind. So the first year was a pretty wild ride.
I bet it was an eye-opening experience.
So, but I had to really buckle down and just start reading and learning stuff, and I feel like I know a lot more now. Sure. Of course, I don't know everything, but luckily I have friends of mine that are in metalworking fields, and
that helps.
Yeah, I've got people that I can reach out to and ask questions or have them come out and show me something. So
interesting. So that hitch, 27 years now, it's evolved over time, but it's sold everywhere pretty much, it seems like. So where all can people find it? I think this is kind of interesting.
So on our website, of course, and then Amazon, Roll King, Gimplers, Agri Supply, various dealerships across the country, Canada, Australia, the UK.
Think UK.
Yeah, so it's everywhere. It's wild how big it is for it to come from such a small
little
community.
town. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people realize like that's a pretty well-known product in the ag community.
Yeah, so just at the farm show a couple weeks ago, we have people like searching for us. And it's wild to see, we've been looking everywhere for you and we're ready to buy Hitch today. We've been waiting to come to the farm show because we know we're going to see you here. And just it makes you feel good.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea.
To have a product that's known worldwide and they just like seek you out. So,
and for it to come from a little town like Brandenburg, who would have thought?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can remember going to the farm show and seeing it, like Pat's Quick Hitch in like Brandenburg, Kentucky, not really, I guess as a kid realizing like what all it was. But it's a pretty good sized product that's sent worldwide.
Yeah, I mean, we ended up selling one to a guy up there, and we got to exchanging addresses and stuff like that. And he was from Radcliffe, and he looked up and he said, "You're in Brandenburg?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I never knew that." He's like, "I've looked this up. I just never knew we were that close to you." So
wow, yeah, who would have thought that? That's wild. So. That's the main product, but you do other things that you kind of mentioned earlier. So tell people about that because there's more to it than just the Hitch.
I mean, we've got the plasma, so we're able to cut out signs, and we've got a laser engraver, so we can do cups and hat patches and little of this and a little of that. So, I mean, I don't care to dabble in a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
so
exactly. You cut out a loop for me and then painted it orange and powder coated it.
Yeah.
If people don't know, powder coating is probably like the best way to go. That's what you do with the Hitch, but that's something that y'all do as well. And I didn't realize how involved powder coating was.
Yeah, it's
tell people kind of how that works and like what it is and what the benefit is.
So it's like an electrostatic charge basically, and it's a powder that when it goes through the gun, it statically charges it, and it just brings itself onto the product and just holds it there, and then you bake it. It depends on the paint. Sometimes it's 10 minutes, sometimes it's 15 minutes, but it's a very hard coating. And most of the time it's an oil resistant, and it just holds up a lot longer than just a standard paint.
Yeah. Because I'm sure when Pat started, he was probably just putting
it was just like a automotive paint style gun, and they would just coat everything down, and they would paint one side, wait for it to dry. And flip them over, and then repaint them. So it's wild how far it's come.
Yeah. And I guess, was Pat doing the powder coating before you all took over, or is that something new?
Yep. He had a decent powder gun, and this year we recently upgraded to more of a industrial style. Just has a lot more settings on it.
Yeah.
We just needed something a little bit newer. So
when the paint on something really is, I feel like make or break. Like if it's got a good finish, it's just going to hold up. I mean, longer.
I wish I would have brought one of the Hitches in here, but I mean they're just like a gloss finish, so it's nice.
Yeah, and I know on the Luke that you did, it was just like, I don't know if you could scrape the paint off like it's on there. So
I mean, you would have to really take like a hammer to it or anything like that to break it. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty durable.
Yeah, interesting. So what's probably one of the wildest things that you've seen since you've been there? Or the coolest projects that you've done, I guess.
Well, we've done projects for a lot of businesses around here. So the Lumberjacks, when they were open, the big sign that they had out front, we cut that out.
Okay.
Which that was like 5 foot tall.
That's a big sign there.
Yeah, it was huge. And we basically had one shot at it because if we messed it up, I mean, we were out a lot of money on the product. So, and then of course cutting yours out, that was pretty fun to do. So especially trying to match it up to the size that you'd already had. And then let's see, what else have we done?
I know one you've done. I don't know if you want to say it, but like the urinals at the shop, I think is kind of a cool
I was going to
one.
bring it up, but I didn't know if you wanted me to.
No, that's fine.
So the urinals at the shop, the bar here in town, Craig had reached out to me and asked me if I could powder coat them.
Because they're like an old bottled gas.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I mean, you're going to have to clean them first. I'm not touching them. He said, don't worry, we're getting them sandblasted first. And so he brought them in, and we were still a little leery about it, but they look clean. And but we powder coated them, and I think they look.
Oh, they look wonderful.
Yeah, 10 times better than what they did.
If a guy's been in the bathroom there, they know what we're talking about. It's a female. I don't know on that one, but yeah, that's a pretty cool one, I think.
And we've actually done work for Craig at the hilltop part too. We've done some of the parts that'll be on the ceiling. I don't know if they'll actually be like seen. But yeah, we've done stuff for that.
So more like on the fabrication side type stuff, I guess. Then.
Yeah, we do some other work. Well, you brought that up earlier. We've got some places up in Louisville we do work for. Just a lot of angle iron stuff. So
just metal work. Okay. So that plasma cutter, it can pretty much cut anything, can it? If somebody doesn't understand what those are, I guess, what can a plasma cutter do? So
it's basically a torch, like a oxyacetylene torch, but a little more accurate because it's a plasma. So I'm able to do some intricate cuts. I can cut it. Ours can do about 5/8 thick steel there, which is pretty thick.
Yeah.
So
and it's hooked to a computer, right?
Yep. So I draw it out on a CAD program, and then I run it through what they call a CAM program, which designs the G code for it. And then you plug it into the machine, and it kind of reads it, and you set your 0 on it, and it just
takes off and
goes and does its own thing.
Okay. So how big can you cut on that? Probably.
That one's a 4x8, so I can do a 4x8 sheet of steel.
Sheet.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess if you had something bigger, you would just have to do it in pieces and then piece them together.
Yeah, but I've had to do like piece stuff together, like the lumberjack sign. I had to do bits and pieces of it differently, but
put it together. That makes sense. So obviously it's you, but like there's other people that are there doing stuff too. So
yeah, we've got 3 other employees there. We've got Tyler. He runs our machines, and then Brittany, she's office manager, kind of takes care of daily operations on the Hitch side, and then Lizzie, she's our newer person, and she helps on the production side as well. So
gotcha. And I guess somebody can weld stuff too.
Yeah. Tyler can weld. He kind of does stuff here and there, but yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Anything else that y'all do that people don't realize? I feel like there's so much out there that people just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we brought up the laser engraving, so I do the cups and like I said, the leather patches. I did some stuff for a church back over Christmas. They had this big saying that they wanted to do over for the old nativity scene, and I had to do it all out of like a foam board insulation. So I cut it all out on the laser, and then they pieced it all together, and that way they could stick it up against the wall, and it wouldn't be too heavy, because they were thinking about doing it with metal, but
it'd probably be too heavy then.
Been too heavy, so we did it out of foam board insulation.
It's crazy what all you can do with that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So the laser engraver, how big can you go on it?
It's a 16 by 30, so 16 inches deep, 30 inches wide.
Okay, but those can pretty much do like any type of product.
Yeah, so right? I can cut through wood in like the foam board insulation and stuff like that, but I can't cut through metal. Okay. So it can only do soft materials.
Okay, but it can engrave just about anything.
Yep.
Okay. It just amazes me that what you can do without like burning it all up.
Oh, I know it's wild. It took me probably a month or two to like really dial it in to where I can just put something in there and just go, because you can go off of the settings you find online, but every machine is different. Humidity levels, anything like that, so it all messes with it.
Humidity affects it. I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, just the temperature. You don't want it to be too cold, too hot, because the laser actually has coolant that runs around it to keep it cool, but you don't want to get it too hot. You don't want to be too cold, and it's
lots of different factors.
Yeah, and then going to the plasma, like you have to have an air dryer to make sure that you're getting clean air coming out. So it's wild, like what little things can affect how the machine works. So
you can have a manual all day long, but until you get in the real world.
Yeah, and then I have to make constant adjustments on little things here and there. So
not try to burn a product up or cut it wrong and then have to replace it again.
Or break something, because the consumables aren't cheap. So you want to get as much life out of whether it's a plasma torch or the laser or saw blades, drill bits, anything like that. Because when you get into some of the parts we make, those bits and stuff aren't cheap.
No,
it's so cheap. I mean, it's they're 100% carbide bits, so it's a lot of money when you buy them. So
yeah, for sure. Anything else about Greenwell people should know that is interesting that you don't think people know about?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing is for us being a local business, most people don't even know what we do really. So, and sometimes that's a good thing. But
sometimes,
yeah, but let people know that there's a big business here. But,
so like if somebody has a product that they want engraved or something they want cut out or something built,
yeah,
that's something you all could do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always willing to look at stuff, and I'll tell you if I can do it or not, or if we have the time, because it really depends on what we have lined up. Is everything freed up, and how long is it going to take me to work on it? Yeah.
Okay. So if somebody wants to reach out to you, what's the best way to do that?
They can reach out to our main office, 270-422-4544.
Okay.
You'll either get me or Brittany, one of the two, to answer the phone. So.
Gotcha. And then you have a website too, I think, right?
Yeah. www.greenwellmfg.com.
Okay. And then they can probably contact the office or go on Amazon, either one?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then pick it up if they wanted to, or ship it?
Yeah, if you wanted to pick one up at the shop, then you could just pop in and we can take care of it there. But if you're not around here, get on Amazon, get on our website, and we'll get it taken care of.
So I'm curious, I just thought of this. If somebody orders it on Amazon Prime or Amazon, I guess it goes out like UPS, or does like Amazon actually deliver it?
It's all shipped out of our warehouse here in town.
So it uses UPS or FedEx, I guess.
It's all UPS. So, we had thought about doing the Amazon warehouse, but you have to do constant shipments to the Amazon warehouses. So we do what we call fulfilled by merchant.
Okay.
And we do it all in-house. So if somebody was to place an order right now, like it'll go out tomorrow. And if you place the order before noon, it goes out that day.
Same day.
Yeah. So we're trying to stay on the ball with our shipping.
So it's not made to order. You've got.
Yeah,
them
we
there.
have it. We have a stock of them,
Okay.
but most of them are made within the past 2 weeks. So
they're pretty new.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, anything else before we wrap things up, Grant?
I don't think so. Well,
Okay.
You got anything else?
I don't think so, but I just think it's interesting. Like it's a pretty big thing to have patents. And it's shipped worldwide to come from little old Brandenburg, Kentucky.
Yeah, and I've actually got I'm working on another patent right now. So I finally got all the paperwork to go through. I'll have something that will be patented.
That's exciting.
And then I've got a couple other projects, but I haven't really talked about it too much to let it out yet.
Yeah.
So
well, you don't want to let it out and then somebody steal the patent from you.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to keep a tight lip. So. And I'm sure getting a patent's not an easy thing either.
Oh, it takes forever. I mean, I've been in the talks with my patent attorney for a little over a year now, and we finally are going through it now.
Wow.
So
yeah.
there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, things you don't realize.
Oh yeah.
Until
you would think that it would just be a couple weeks but
fill the form out, check the boxes.
Yeah, because they have to do a search through all the patents to see if there's anything similar to it. Even though we know there's nothing similar to it,
they have to check it.
They have to double check everything.
I think they could build like an AI tool just to do all that in today's world.
Well, I mean, that sounds too easy.
Yeah, that would cost too many people jobs, so
exactly.
It makes sense. Well, thanks so much. Good luck on the patent. Excited to see what that might be and hear what some of those other ones are and see how Greenwell grows.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Perfect. Thanks, Grant. So you've got a cool story to tell, something about our community that makes it strong and unique. You have a business. You know someone that has a really cool story about the history of our community or anything else. Well, we want to tell that story on the podcast. So do us a favor and visit smalltownboldstories.com so that we can tell that story next and you get to hear it. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Small Town Bold Stories podcast, brought to you by Next Home Chisholm Realty. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and we'll catch you next time with more bold stories from the heart of our hometowns.